Yo, what's going on, guys? GZTV. Very sad news this morning that Migos rapper Takeoff has passed away. So, in the comments, give your condolences. Man, I actually really like Takeoff too, man. That sucks. Alright, well, we gotta get on with the video. You gotta move on from things like that. Too far gone. Just give your condolences in the comments, man. I feel so bad for Quavo and even Offset. I mean, I'm sure Offset's hurt by this too, but I will be bumping Only Built for, what was it called? Infinity Links today. I'll be bumping it, so, yep. Getting to the plot, this is like one of the most climatic episodes I've seen in a while from this show, so yeah. After capturing Michonne and Herschel, the governor convinces his camp to help him take the prison. Take the prison over. Man, I just want to watch another episode tonight. I mean, I will watch Better Call Saul, but holy shit. This show's got me wanting more and more. I thought I was going to get tired of this. But we're halfway through season 8, and it's actually looking like a pretty damn good show. I like how most of the core characters are still there. We're not introducing too many major characters. But yeah, he gets the camp, he rallies them together. He's like, look, we gotta take this prison. Which it sounds kind of evil, but yeah. Lily is not convinced, but the governor reassures her that her family will be safe. He will protect them. He will make sure they don't get into harm's way. By the way, I have This Week in the NFL video coming right after this. I'm actually watching a movie after my class. I'm excited. I don't know what movie I'm watching, but I'm excited for that. While Michonne seethes, the governor dismisses Herschel's proposal for the two groups to coexist peacefully. He's just an evil fucking person. If you just push a guy like Herschel to the side, you're just evil, man. I don't know. I kind of want to start playing 2K for you guys and get a series. If you guys want me to do that, let me know in the comments. I'm just letting out random thoughts. I woke up like half an hour ago with so many thoughts on my mind. I just did some homework. I'm pretty much done with my homework for the day, so... yeah. He says goodbye to Megan before leaving her and Lily near a riverbank, where Megan gets bitten by a walker and is bitten, so Megan actually dies. The governor obviously doesn't give a shit about this family. He cares more about taking some land than fucking taking care of them. Leaves them on a riverbank, and there's a zombie like buried in the ground over there, and she gets bit and probably killed. So, well, she does get killed. We figure that out later on. At the prison, the remaining sick are recuperating. This is a bad time for the governor to attack them. They're still kind of recovering from that sickness. So unfortunate for this group. They're getting really unlucky. They're trying to fight through it all. Daryl is upset for Rick for exiling Carol after learning she killed Karen and David, and the two decide to tell Tyrese about her involvement in the murders. I don't think they ever come around to telling him officially. But yeah, Daryl's kind of mad because obviously he was really close with Carol and they developed a relationship in the camp. So obviously he's not very happy. I mean, Rick didn't even give her a chance. I guess she did kill 2 people, but I mean, then again, that's the first time anyone in their group has ever friendly fired on anyone, you know. Tyrese discovers a dissected rabbit and believes whoever did it was the killer. But Rick kind of knows it wasn't. I don't think Carol is this sick to be messing with animals. She did her murders to try to help the group. Rick tells him otherwise, but before he can explain, the 3 hear a large explosion signaling the governor's arrival. The governor has started his full-blown attack, and this is starting, it looks like the beginning of the end for the prison group. There's so much going on in this episode. While Daryl formulates an escape plan, the governor gives Rick an ultimatum to leave the prisoner or be killed, using Michonne and Herschel as leverage, taking them as hostage, threatening to kill them, even though earlier on in the episode he promised that they would be okay. Rick tries to reason with the governor, who becomes frustrated and holds Michonne's katana to Herschel's neck. So Herschel's life is on the line. I guess Michonne is kind of safe for now. Rick appeals to the militia, claiming that everyone isn't too far gone and they could still peacefully live together and resolve their differences, echoing Herschel's statements. Pretty much like using him as inspiration, like, look, we can work together. We don't have to kill each other over stuff like this. This is the governor's problem, none of your guys' problem. Why don't you join us? The governor calls Rick a liar and swings Michonne's sword at Herschel's neck, partially decapitating him, prompting Rick and the prison inhabitants to open fire. Now, you'd think he died at first, but he actually doesn't die right away. He actually survives a little bit throughout the fight, but the governor's fucking ruthless, killing the most innocent man in the entire group. He's more innocent than fucking Carl. He's damn near more innocent than Beth, probably. Oh, man. Yeah, they start shooting out of anger towards the killing of Herschel or the decapitation. Michonne, taking advantage of this situation, rolls away and unties herself, tries to get out of the situation, tries to join the fight, tries to add some numbers to the prison inhabitants, because obviously she will never work with the governor. A severely wounded Herschel attempts to crawl away, but the governor catches him and repeatedly strikes him with the sword, severing his head and killing him. It's really fucking sad. There's a decent amount of major characters that die in this episode. Herschel just died. It sucks. He was almost taking over as the Dale of the group, like the wisdom guy, the old dude that was so peaceful and so nice, and a character that if you hated, what the hell is wrong with you? You know? Lily, who witnesses the execution, arrives at the prison with Megan's body, who had died of her wounds. So she literally catches the governor in the act of killing someone for no fucking reason. And she realizes that this guy is a piece of shit and that she needs to rid herself of this situation. And who knows if she will ever be able to. The governor takes her in his arms and coldly shoots her in the head. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care about this girl. He didn't show any emotion, nothing like that. And I realize he literally just met this girl. But my goodness, show some heart or something. He literally just shoots her in the head, no hesitation. And obviously Megan officially dies. So Megan and Herschel have died in this episode. Yeah. And the whole time some of these people were dying, I was like, no, don't do it. Like, literally. I was literally saying this. Yeah. With Megan dead and his family no longer trusting him, he has no use for the prison, and he orders his militia to run down the fences and kill all the prison inhabitants. So he's like, if I can't have it peacefully, none of you guys can. He's just such a selfish person. Mitch destroys the fences with his tank, leaving the prison vulnerable, and the militia infiltrates the prison, trying to find any of the prison inhabitants and killing as many as possible. Rick ambushes the governor, and the two struggle in a fistfight. This was a pretty interesting scene. They had a nice little fistfight, classic, like, action movie-styled fight there. With the tank blasting holes in the prison, the inhabitants begin boarding the evacuation bus. So they kind of had a plan for this all along, because, as you guys remember, the governor did initially try to attack them as well. Maggie takes a sick Glenn aboard the bus, but quickly departs to find Beth, who left to find Judith. Now, we don't know the fate of Judith, but I don't think it's anything good. Maggie, Sasha, and Bob flee the prison after the bus drives off, and Bob is shot in the shoulder, so he's at risk of dying. I mean, everyone's just put in harm's way. Tara, shaken by the gunfire, runs off. Like, she can't believe what the hell's going on. She's never been put in a situation like this. You know, she acts like the badass girl in the show, but when things crumble down, it's like, nope, I don't want to be a part of this. As a large number of walkers stream through the down fences, Tyrese is cornered by Alicia and another soldier, but both are killed by Lizzie and Micah. This was one of my favorite parts of the episodes. Like, holy shit, these two little girls just saved Tyrese's life. And I actually kind of like Tyrese as a character, so it was really cool to see him survive. That was dope. The children then run towards the prison with Tyrese following them, telling them to go the other way, like kind of leading them out. They helped him out. He wants to lead them. Daryl disables the tank by rolling a grenade down the gun barrel, then kills Mitch and flees the prison with Beth. Yep. So, everyone but Judith is pretty much alive right now. I think she might have died. I'm not sure. Though urged to fight by Alicia, Tara refuses as she realizes that what they are doing is wrong and ultimately runs off without ever firing a shot. I honestly respect that out of Tara. You know, she was tough in the beginning, so it kind of annoys me by that, but yeah. The governor nearly strangles Rick to death, but Michonne stabs him through the chest and leaves him lying on the ground to die, but he does not die from this. It's the damn governor. Searching for Judith, Rick and Carl find only her empty, bloody baby carrier, so they kind of assume that she died. Now, maybe one of the group members scooped her up, but I don't think that happened. Devastated, the pair limps off from the prison, kind of won the war but lost the battle type of thing. Long term, this did not do much, or this did a really bad thing to our group, is what they're saying. Meanwhile, the governor lies dying in the field as Lily approaches, and she bitterly shoots him in the head. I'm pretty sure she officially killed him, but the camera shot says that she might not have. But I think the governor's dead, which is crazy. But yeah. Carl and Rick walk away from the prison as hundreds of walkers, among them a reanimated Clara, move into the prison. Who's Clara? Who's Clara again? I can't remember who Clara is. I'll have to look it up. Rick and Carl escape as Rick says, "Don't look back, Carl, just keep walking." Yeah, man, it was a crazy episode. I really enjoyed it, though. I think it was dope. Obviously, critical acclaim. This is a big-time episode, so this video will be pretty long. Some critics claim to be one of the best episodes of the series. 9 out of 10 on IGN. The episodes are great. A moving death scene. The battle near the end was cool. The episode is amazing. The 2 previous episodes, which covered the governor's return, were not the best way for the writers to lead up to the mid-season finale. The Walking Dead at its breathtakingly bruising best. This is the sort of audacious, action-packed television which has you involuntarily gasping, wow, and whoa, like what just happened? B- on the AV Club. The governor looked like a one-season baddie. He wasn't interesting enough to last as a regular character, but he had enough resources and firepower that it made sense it would take a season to deal with him. Instead, it took a season and a half, and the end result isn't a more satisfying finale or a more tragic end. Every happy thought you have will be taken away from you, and you will suffer for it. That's a fine theme for a 2-hour movie or even a novel, but for an ongoing series, it leaves us in a story where every ending is always the same. Every situation, sooner or later, will end badly. It's all for the shock value, because that's all the show has. Wow, that's a crazy critique. The episode gave us the bloody showdown we've all been waiting for, but the outcome still came as a painful shock. Too Far Gone was a breathtaking mid-season finale, the violent culmination of a season and a half's worth of bubbling tension between Rick, played by Andrew Lincoln, and the governor, played by David Morrissey. Like the previous episode, some moments were far too pronounced. The chess piece on the ground, but in providing us with a heartbreaking farewell to Herschel, played by Scott Wilson, and a cathartic ending for the governor, it succeeded on many levels. The effectiveness of Herschel's death was awesome. Poor Herschel served as the Ned Stark of the episode. Game of Thrones reference, I guess, is what he's saying. The level-headed voice of reason, whose attempts to broker a peace between the two parties proved futile. You could say his number was up ever since he heroically nurtured the sick in the prison. While watching his martyrdom at the hands of Michonne's, played by Danai Gurira, Katana still felt like a knife to the gut. The moral compass of the show, him and Carol are the only 2 characters who have really grown over the past few episodes, and for this reason his departure was all the more painful. So they developed his character just to kill him off. I think that's kind of like the purpose, and that's pretty effective. I'm not mad at the show for doing that, but I think it's a great episode anyways. Okay, the video wasn't as long as I expected. That's what she said. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, this is GCTV reviewing your favorite TV shows. Up next, we are going to be talking about this week in the NFL. I'm probably going to chill out a little bit, go to lunch, go to lecture. And then, yeah, I'll probably watch a movie. It'll be a pretty chill night, so hopefully you guys have a chill day as well. Hopefully you have a good day. Rest in peace to Takeoff, man. It really sucks, but have a good